Good morning. Melissa here from Girl Gone Fishing. I'm getting ready to go to Acton Lake in Hueston Woods State Park, Oxford, Ohio, to fish the Cincinnati Kayak Fishing Tournament on Acton Lake. So I've done decently here in the past by going up the little feeder creek to a place where a road had a culvert, and when I went to pre-fish last weekend, they bulldozed my road. The road's gone. They built a bridge. The bridge is probably going to be a cool place to fish like once the scar kind of heals, but it's brand new, fresh, so there's nothing up there. So I have to find something on the main lake, and I'm not sure what that's going to be. So got about an hour drive ahead of me, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So all right, I'll see you guys up there at the ramp. Well, I'm launched and I'm pedaling down to a starting spot. I've got about 12 minutes till line's in, so I took it easy this morning. I slept in a little later than I was going to, and I went slow and got everything set up at the car before I launched. And I'm still going to be at a great spot by line's in. So I think I'm learning to tone down the frantic energy a little bit. And I think that's going to really help me be more efficient and hopefully do better in these tournaments in the long run. I know it's better for my mental health, like not to be totally stressed out all the time. So it's a little drizzly right now, which I think is great because that keeps some of the locals from getting their boats out. And my starting plan is I'm going to fish shallow, like shallow. I'm going to try the bank grass. So I have all set up to be able to fish. It seemed to range in depth from about 1 foot to 5 feet on the outside, which is really cool. Usually bank grass is super shallow. So I'm gonna see if they pull up in there overnight, and with the gray skies it'll extend the morning. So I'm gonna find some grass to start and try a weightless Senko, maybe a buzz bait. I've got a Ned rig with a hit worm rigged up, like weedless, one of those little weedless Ned rigs. What else? Oh, I've got a mini chatterbait, regular chatterbait for later when I'm throwing out in the open. So the wind's going to pick up in a few hours, and then I'm going to start trying more. Oh, and I've got a tiny little spinnerbait. So, all right, going to get to my spot and get cast, and hopefully I get some good fish to start. Oh gosh, I forgot the whole reason I was going to do this video was I don't have a camera today. So I have been doing the GoPro Max with the 360 footage, and it's been kind of cool. So I was going to try to do a tournament with it today, and I moved one of my 512 gigabyte SD cards over from my other GoPro to this GoPro, and it was apparently formatted wrong for this camera. So it asked if I could reformat it, and I said, sure, go ahead, which launched it into an error loop, and I couldn't make the camera work. So I went to my spare SD cards, which none of them happen to be big enough to go with the GoPro Max, because like with my regular GoPro Heroes, you can loop. So I really only record like 20 minutes at a time, and only the good 20 minutes. But with the GoPro Max, you have to record all day. So you need that 512 or at least like a 3 something. I don't have that. That's going to work in this camera. So I don't have a camera, which kind of sucks, but I will make sure if I'm going to use that 360, I have a couple spare 512 that are designated just for that camera, and then the formatting will always be right. So, all right, back to pedaling, get to my spot, catch fish. So I just got really lucky on a starting spot and got my first choice, like the first one down the lake that I wanted to fish. I figured I'd have to like pass people who had claimed spots already, and no one's claimed this spot. They keep on going past it. So I don't know, it was really good last weekend. I can see something just jump behind me. So I'm really excited. I hope no one tries to mosey in here with me. I went this whole area and I went it for the first like 2 hours. Is that asking too much? We'll see. Gosh, I hope I can do something with it. But at least I really don't have any excuse. I have a great starting spot, and at the moment I have it to myself. And there's 3 minutes till line's in. I'm excited. Fish number 1 in Cincinnati Kayak Fishing. It's an 8-inch minimum, so this little guy is 11 inches. A little chunker though, look at that belly. All right, gotta get more. All right, fish number 2, 12 1/4. He's a whopper, 12 1/4. Fish number 3, 11 3/4. All right, this guy's 12 3/4, so I get a 1-inch upgrade. Fish number 5, 11 1/2. I've got my limit. Time to start upgrading. Get rid of these little dinks. Well, he doesn't count, but I haven't caught a fish in many hours, so I'm very happy to have him. There's only 5 minutes left in the tournament, so I got to go try to catch a big fish, but yay!
37 anglers today at the 2025 Cincinnati Kayak Fishing Acton Lake Tournament, sponsored by Hamilton Bait and Tackle. Thank you guys very much for having us. Thank you for sponsoring us. Thank you for having a good fishing lake close to your shop. If you guys haven't been next door, when you find out about next door, you have to work a year longer in your life, because you then all of a sudden have 11 mega bass rods. So
thanks, Chris, for the childhood education.
No problem.
Brittany's kids.
With a total of 75 inches and 75 3/4 inches. Clint Sawyer.
Yay! I know you're touching. Well, I got home from the awards and realized I never did a tournament wrap-up, so here we go. I caught all my fish on a Ned rig up shallow in the grass, like on the shoreline. It was not really what I wanted to do, but during practice, I went up last week for one day for practice, and I didn't get anything. Nothing. I mean, like, I got some crappie and some bluegill, and they were all in the grass, like way in the grass. So I decided that's what I was going to do today. I set up everything, you know, the night before, so that when I get there, I would just fish the grass, and that's what I decided to do. I launched and I drove down, or pedaled down the lake until I hit my first patch of grass, and I started there, and I just fished all the grass, and then I crossed the lake and I fished some more grass, and I got my limit, and I upgraded like 4 times, so that was really cool. But unfortunately, I never could get anything bigger than 12 3/4, so not all that great. And ended up with an 11 on there. Not good, but it's starting to rain. So gotta say a big thank you to Strictly Sail and Kayak for always being such great supporters of our tournament trail. And thank you guys for watching. Appreciate ya, and I'll see you on the water on the next one.